Hello everyone, it's been almost exactly a year since I uploaded the very first video to this channel, so to celebrate in fitting fashion, today I thought I'd make a triple layer chocolate cake with buttercream frosting. To make this cake, the first thing we need to do is make some browned butter. Measure out 8 ounces of butter into a saucepan. Then over a medium-high heat, slowly melt your butter, continuing to stir frequently. Normally when your butter's melted like this, you take it off the heat, but to make browned butter you want to continue to push it until it goes all golden brown and starts to smell warm and nutty. When you've got something like this, remove it from the heat and allow it to cool for around 5 minutes. The next thing you'll need to do is measure out a mixture of 4 ounces of white sugar, and 4 ounces of brown sugar. When that's been thoroughly combined with the browned butter, you can add in 4 eggs. Then measure out 4 tablespoons of a neutral oil, along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Next, break off 2 ounces of your favourite dark chocolate into a microwave-safe bowl. And heat it in 15-second bursts, stirring in between until fully melted. That's fun. Love it when that happens. Now all you need to do is add in 8 ounces of self-raising flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of corn flour or cornstarch, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1.5 ounces of cocoa powder into your mixing bowl, along with 1 teaspoon of your favourite coffee. When the mixture is roughly incorporated but there's still a few areas of dry flour, pour in 2 ounces of milk. Then continue to stir everything together until completely incorporated, making sure not to overmix. Now our cake batter's ready, all we need to do is carefully line the base of 3 8-inch loose bottom pans. With all of your pans prepared, you can begin equally distributing the batter between each of them. Taking care to smooth off the top, and tap out any large air bubbles. Place your cakes into a preheated 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degree Fahrenheit oven for around 20 minutes, rotating halfway through to ensure you get an even bake. Minutes later, when a cake tester inserted into the centre comes out clean, you can remove your cakes from the oven. Then what I like to do to make sure you never have a dry cake is make several holes into it while it's still warm. Then using some water and a brush, lightly coat a thin layer on top of each cake. Then when completely cooled, run a knife around the edge of the cake and remove it from the tin. Leaving the cakes to one side, all that's left to do now is make the chocolate buttercream that will sit in between each layer of our sponges and cover the outside. To 8 ounces of butter, gleefully add 12 ounces of icing sugar to your bowl, before mixing by hand at first to avoid an even bigger cloud of smoke. Then break up and melt another 2 ounces of dark chocolate. When all the dry patches of sugar have been mixed in, you can switch out your spoon for a hand mixer. Then whisk until it's light in colour, increased in volume, and thickened. If you want a really clean, sharp finish before you can begin assembling your cake, you'll need to use a large serrated knife to level off each of the 3 sponges. Then all that's left to do is finally start building up our rich chocolate cake, layer by layer. Allow it to set for 30 minutes in the fridge before removing it and giving the outside of the cake a thick coat of our buttercream frosting. Then last but not least, as a finishing touch, roughly chop a bar of dark chocolate and carefully place it around the sides of the cake. And that's my recipe for a deliciously rich, almost brownie-like triple layer chocolate cake with buttercream frosting. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you all for supporting the channel over the course of the last year. If you enjoyed today's video, check out my cooking playlist for a year's worth of other recipes to try. Please also like and subscribe to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. And if you've got any suggestions for recipes you'd like to see in the future, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.